A Child's Garden of Verses. In a country across the sea, there once lived a boy whose name was Robert. This boy knew how to make up games and plays and how to have a good time when he was alone. He used to play in a garden near a great castle. Then he climbed the cherry tree to look far away over the houses and the fields. There he heard the birds sing of speckled eggs and nests among the trees, and there he played with a funny shadow that followed him all about. In his garden swing he went flying high in the air. He liked to look over the garden wall and down on the green grass. One day he found a little pond with flowers growing all around it. He called this pool of water a sea, and he built a town upon its shore. Sometimes he sailed his little ship on the pond. He wished that he were small enough to go to sea with the tiny captain that stood in the ship. He played that he was the king of all the country around. The high grass he called a forest, and he watched the spiders and ants go marching by. In the evening, Robert made plays from the stories he found in the picture books. At night, his bed a boat, he said good night to his friends on the shore and sailed away to the town of sleep. Robert had a nanny whom he dearly loved. She played with him and read to him. When he could not sleep, she carried him to the window to see the street lamps and the stars. Robert never saw a strong boy, and he spent many long days in bed. With his toys by his side, he was happy all day long. He called himself a giant of Pillow Hill. He built cities with the blocks upon the bed and marched his toy soldiers all about. Robert loved his picture story books, and he liked to tell stories himself. When he was only 9 years old, he wrote a little book and drew all the pictures for it. When Robert Louis Stevenson became a man, he wrote many books. But he never forgot the days when he was a little boy playing in the garden by his old home. In beautiful verses, he told of the games he used to play and of the storybooks he used to read. These poems are put together in a little book for children to read. The book is called A Child's Garden of Verses. Here are a few of those poems for you to enjoy. Singing. Of speckled eggs and birdie sings, and nest among the trees. The sailor sings of ropes and things in ships upon the seas. The children sing in a far Japan. The children sing in Spain. The organ with the organ man is singing in the rain. The swing. How do you like to go up in a swing, up in the air so blue? Oh, I do think it the pleasantest thing ever a child can do. Up in the air and over the wall till I can see so wide, rivers and trees and cattle and all over the countryside, till I look down on the garden green, down on the roof so brown. Up in the air I go flying again, up in the air and down. Time to rise. A birdie with a yellow bill hopped upon the window sill, cocked his shining eye, and said, "Ain't you shamed, you sleepyhead?" Whole duty of children. A child should always say what's true and speak what he is spoken to, and behave mannerly at the table, at least as far as he is able. The cow. The friendly cow, all red and white, I love with all my heart. She gives me cream with all her might to eat with apple tart. She wanders lowing here and there, and yet she cannot stray, all in the pleasant open air, the pleasant light of day. And blown by all the winds that pass, and wet with all the showers, she walks among the meadow grass and eats the meadow flowers. Rain. The rain is raining all around. It falls on field and tree. It rains on the umbrellas here and on the ships at sea. Happy thought. The world is so full of a number of things. I'm sure we should all be as happy as kings.